are issues in some of the variants where there's one part in Surah Baqarah, I believe, in the Hafs Quran.
Dang, that is crazy. Because what if, okay, so it says a poor person, right? I can deal with that. I can go get McDonald's burger right now, hook that brother up. But if it's many poor, how many burgers I got to get? What's the number to the many poor? What's going on? If I got a four for four and I can go out and give it to 4 people, but they wanted 5, bruh, I'm stuck. But again, now if I got the four for four and I see, a per person, I can go get that one person one of the things and I still got 3 to go. You feel me? So that way it's win-win everywhere. But if I don't know, I don't know.
Why is the Quran preserved? Hi, I'm Abdullah Samir. I'm going to be sharing a clip of a discussion with my friend Abdullah Gondal where we discussed this very question.
إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ.
Time out. Yo, let me know in the comments because I don't know. When was the royal we created? Was it before or after this time? Because this is suspicious. What's going on with this we? Who's helping out Allah? Who's helping this man out? Who is helping out the man with 2 right hands? He got 2 of them. What's going on? But anyway, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when did the royal we come out? Let me know in the comments. If not, I'm still going to make these jokes. How you going to have 2 right hands in the shin, act like I'm not going to make fun of you? Come on, man. Make it make sense.
Indeed, it is we who sent down the message, and indeed, we will be its guardian.
Gondal and myself didn't say anything revolutionary in this conversation, but we brought up a few things to think about. Abdullah Gondal brought up several points which are actually not common knowledge, but they are agreed upon in the Muslim community. The ones that do know about these differences downplay it and try to say that these are trivial differences or they're insignificant. But the fact that differences in the Quran that we have today even exist should raise some eyebrows. How did we end up here? Well, according to the Hadith, Allah revealed the Quran in 7 dialects, which was made...
Hold on. Stop right there. Whoa, Black Rock, whoa. According to the Hadith, time out. What about the Muslims that don't believe in Hadith? What about the Quran-only Muslims? Do they know about this? What's going on? So it's not the Quran that states word 7. It's not the Quran that states 7 and 1. It's somebody who wrote Hadith. Okay, cool, whatever. Not here to complain about that. I'm just saying, what about the ones who don't believe in Hadith? What about the ones who be like, them scholars is crazy because the Quran only. And they believe that the Quran is the infallible word of God. And if it's the infallible word of God, why would I have to have a Hadith being written? Seems like there's some headbutting going on there with the schools of thought. But who am I? I'm just throwing that out there. That's just something that just, whatever. However you feel about it. Whether you're Quran only or you rock with Hadith. But either way, wrong. But come on, let's get back into it.
For easy memorization by the local tribes and whatever. But then it ended up causing more problems in the community and more confusion after Muhammad died. So Uthman was forced to destroy all of them except for 1. However, some elements of them still survived, and that's how we ended up with the 7 or the 10 qira'at.
Hold on, calm down. You ain't telling the truth, buddy. Hold on. So what you mean to tell me that Uthman burned the Quran because there was different recitations of it because they weren't the same? You're trying to tell me this. So then he was like, nah, forget that. It's supposed to be the unchanging word of God. Nobody's supposed to be able to change it, and it's supposed to be written from God, but yet Uthman compiled it, right? Okay, cool, whatever. We're here with that. So then he burns it. And then after he burns it, then apparently the Hadiths come out. Now, again, if he's wrong, he's wrong. Let me know in the comments. I don't know off the top of my head right now. I'm going to have to look into it. But there better not be, the Hadiths better not come out after the burning. Better not be. Better not be. Not be burnt, then be the one, and then everybody say, oh, it's one and preserved, and then, oh, dang, no, we got more because we didn't get them all, and now the Hadiths come out? It better not be. Don't tell me that. Don't tell. He ain't telling the truth, y'all. Let me know in the comments. He ain't telling the truth, right? He lying.
The preservation of the Quran is dubious. What we find with differences in letters, differences in vowels, words missing or added is exactly what we'd expect to find in a book with an oral tradition that wasn't preserved properly. The fracturing of a book in this manner is exactly what we would expect to find if it wasn't preserved, not if it was. The so-called hadith that explains this fact and says that Angel Gabriel came and actually revealed it in 7 dialects seems to be like a very sneaky cover-up in order to make sense out of the fact that the Quran is preserved but also contains multiple variations.
So wait, who gave the Quran? Was it Gabriel or was it Allah? What's going on? I'm trying to figure out, man, because if Allah is supposed to be all powerful and all knowing, but yet Gabriel's the one doing all the work. What's going on?
It doesn't make much sense.
Oh, let's read this. Let's go ahead. Are there 7 or 10 styles of Quranic recitation with Wissam Sharif? I can't pronounce his name. I'm even going to try to front. He has studied under scholars in the Makkah and Egypt. He has also completed. Well, let's go ahead and look on this because he has also completed his and 10 karat, the study of it. So wait, is there 10 or 7 karats, man? Oh, this is crazy. Y'all got. I know somebody gonna let me know in the comments. Matter of fact, brother, his name's what? Abdullah. I can't remember his name because it's so dang long. But Abdullah, I know you're gonna be in the comments with a whole bunch of things. Let me know what's going on here.
Why is it some people say 7, other people say 10?
Sure.
What's the deal?
Oh yeah, and John Grady. I think that's your name too. You be in it all the time too. I know you're gonna tell me he's lying. I know it. So just let me know.
If you're going to just read through the main teachers,
okay.
So there are main teachers who then said, this is one style of recitation I've heard from my teacher. They maintain a lineage. You can take 7 main teachers at the top. Some of those teachers then had students of theirs who offshot and became their own recitation.
So it's like students who became their own brands.
So
became their own brand, but everyone knows where did that brand come from.
Okay.
Go from 7 to 10 is the.
It ain't Mike. It ain't Mike singing Billie Jean. It's the local band from down the street that's singing Billie Jean. Ain't got the words all the way right. Ain't got the hee-hees right. And ain't got the inflection with the hee-hees. The dance moves ain't there like supposed to. And at the that's not there. So I get it. I understand that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I understand. Come on, let's keep going.
The 7 main, and then a few teachers had Nafi had 2 students, and then there are other teachers who had 2. I don't want to throw names just yet.
Okay.
Makes things more complicated. And so let's go back to the concept that the Quran is allowed to be pronounced. So it was revealed Maliki Yawmiddin, then transmitted to down south in Texas. So we're saying in contrast to the Arabian.
I don't want to keep pausing this because I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here. But bro, what happens? Because the way he just said that, it sounded like he was singing. And like in the beginning, when it had it read, it sounded like he was singing too. Like, what if you can't sing? Like, do people just tell you to shut up, don't recite it? Let me know.
Arabian world. Someone in Texas doesn't pronounce the same way.
Yeah.
So Maliki Yawmiddin was read Maliki Yawmiddin.
Okay.
The Prophet.
Hold on. They're different words though, huh? Not just different accent, like he's implying. One means possessor and owner, and the other one means sovereign king. Is this true, Arabic speakers? Let me know, man, because I'm really trying to figure this out. I'm not trying to, I'm not just trying to bash Islam. I'm really not. Like I said, I'm trying to spread the truth. So if I'm putting stuff out and it ain't true, let me know. So if this ain't true, let me know. That's all it is. That's all. And I ain't gonna be mad at you. I'm just gonna ask you to prove it. I'm just gonna ask you to back it up. I'm just gonna ask you to back it up and prove it. So for you Islamic speakers, you Arabic speakers out there, excuse me, is this true or not?
Allah in some cases became aware and then asked the angel, is this okay? And the angel said, yes, this astonishes me.
Yeah.
So the angel said, yes, Maliki Yawmiddin is okay. And here then opened up the chains or the dialects.
Now, all the following screenshots I have, they are all taken from QuranFlash.com. It's a Muslim site, and they have all these different mushafs. And you can actually buy these different mushafs in different parts of the Muslim world. Some revisions of the Quran are more dominant and more prevalent in certain parts of the...
Much like Khatun Tash and Dr. J. Smith was showing, huh?
Of the Muslim world, like suppose Northern Africa, I believe, has more people using the Warsh Quran, and then most of the Muslim world uses the Hafs. But there's
more than 7, huh? Just like Hatun and Dr. J said, and Dr. Daniel Brubeck. So what's going on, people? I'm just trying to figure it out. That's all.
Still equally all authentic.
Now, so these are the 7 ahruf. They're exactly 7 ahruf that Allah Azza wa Jal allowed the Quran to be recited in, based upon the dialects, the famous 7 dialects of the Arabian Peninsula. Now, when the Prophet ﷺ passed away, the Sahaba understood these differences, and they went to their various lands and respective regions and continued to recite the way that they had been taught, each one as the Prophet ﷺ had taught him. But many of the younger people, not the companions, the students of the companions, were unaware of these differences. And we mentioned in a previous episode that some of these different...
Yo, how are you going to have a student and not teach them nothing? That's the issue I have today. That is the issue I have today. The last video I made, man, with Shabir Ali, don't nobody ever address what I really say. They just address the title and the thumbnail. Again, I use the title and thumbnail to draw people in. Nothing is wrong and nothing is lying about what I do, because obviously it's true. Going off of when I tell people what I do. So anyway, with that being said, this is my issue. Why is all these? I'd be a fool if I'm teaching somebody, but I don't teach them everything they're supposed to know. I'm setting them up for failure, much like these sheikhs and the moms now. All this stuff has been learned for a long time, but yet there's still people crying and saying the same thing. And I keep saying, every video I say this. Why are the teachers allowing the lying to continue? If you know that your brother, or whatever you want to call it in Islam, is sharing these lies and trying to get people that way, and you're not correcting them, that's on you. So what's going on? Why is it okay not to tell these people? Huh? Keep these people ignorant like that. That's my issue. Man. But
younger students met up, for example, in Azerbaijan on the Muslim battlefield, the front lines of the Muslim border. And one of them is reciting according to Ibn Mas'ud, the other one is reciting according to Zayd ibn Thabit, and they don't know that the Quran has been revealed in different recitations. And so they began fighting one another. They began accusing the other one of falling into error. And that is why Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman went back to Medina and he said, "Oh, Uthman ibn Affan, you have to combine the ummah on one mushaf, on one recitation, such that..."
So wait, Allah didn't know that there's going to be fighting? Or did they even really fight? Is he lying now, y'all? Is this man who's actually Muslim lying? Who's actually a scholar? Is he lying?
All of these other differences are gotten rid of. And so Uthman ibn Affan combined the ummah upon the recitation of the Qurayshi dialect. It was the Qurayshi dialect, and all of the other recitations and versions were gotten rid of. However, even though these other versions were gotten rid of, certain elements were left, much more trivial than the actual differences in the ahruf. And these elements primarily resolved upon pronunciation of the letters. Why? Because Uthman ibn Affan preserved the writing of the Qurayshi dialect. And so all of the synonyms that were used, that were in other dialects, were gotten away with. But still, the writing can be read in different ways. If I send you a letter and you are in a certain part of the world, you will read the English in a certain way. And if I send it in another part of the world, the people in that region will read it in a different way. And this is all a part of the English language. And it is something that every language has. And so the people would recite certain words. It's the same word, but they would recite it in different pronunciations. Sometimes there will be different...
Or what if it's not the same word and not the same meaning? For example, if I were confused and you were confused, that's two different things. Whoever it may be. So what's going on with that? This
is in harakat as well. And these differences were based upon how the Prophet ﷺ taught the various tribes. And these differences began to be recorded by later scholars. And these differences...
Harakat sounds like a Pokemon. I choose you, Harakat. Hey, yo, and then evolves into the Karat. And the last stage is now, hey, let's go, man. That's what's up. I'm going to make Pokemon like that now. Harakat.
Differences were then ascribed to the people who became famous for them. So these differences were named after specific people. And these people were the ones who became famous for their particular recitation. Until finally, the codification of these recitations occurred. And this was done in the 2nd and 3rd century of the Hijrah. And these recitations are known in Arabic as the qira'at. The qira'at are not the same as the 7 ahruf. I'll give you a very simple analogy here, which will help you understand what the difference is between the ahruf and the qira'at. The ahruf are what Allah Azza wa Jal revealed divinely. If you jumble up all the ahruf together, and then you spread them and let every person recite...
So Allah revealed 7 araf, supposedly. Uthman destroyed them. The people jumbled them up. Quran scholars preserved them, and then we go get from the 7 to 10 Qurans. Okay, cool.
According to one of these recitations, according to some mixture of these recitations, these
Which then actually turns out to be a lot more, but whatever.
become the qira'at. And the qira'at are named after specific people who specialized in them.
Exactly, and the variants we see do reflect that what you would expect from humans. If a book was preserved by humans, this is what you would expect. And if it was from God, then what's the point in having so many different ones? And it's making it so hard to believe that it was actually preserved, because it seems more objectively likely that it was not from God and it was mostly work of man and work of fallible humans, and hence we see the variants.
Which is whatever.
So if you start from the top left, if you notice that in one of the Qur'ans, I believe it's Hafs and Washir.
Hold on now. Time out. So y'all saying that it's the same. Okay, so those who were whoa, y'all on some other stuff. Okay, I'm gonna act like identity. Okay, whatever. Those who are and enjoin. What?
It says فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْغَنِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ. But in the other version, the word huwa is missing. It's just فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ. If you go underneath that, there's a slight variation, and that's what I want to point out here is you notice that the words are written the same, but due to the lack of diacritical marks in the early manuscripts, you're observing this variation where yaqtulun and yuqatilun get mixed up because there weren't no dots. Now the variation is, one meaning would be they fought, and the other meaning is they got killed.
Wow. So this is a perfect...
Oh, so Hatun Tash was actually talking about this. So one version of the Hafs says they fought. The other one is they got killed. Sounds like more than just a recitation to me. Sounds like more than just dialect to me. Sounds like complete differences. Because again, I can fight in the UFC. Doesn't mean I'm about to get killed in the UFC. But I can also kill somebody without fighting somebody. So,
Example of how lack of dots has ended up with two Qurans.
They didn't choose the right
different meanings. Now, again, why would God use a language like this? That needs, like, this doesn't even make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, we're left with problems with the official story. But anyways, continue, Sai.
So if you look at the top right now, in one Quran we see wa kutubihi, and then the other one we see wa kitabihi. And this is a difference in singular and plural. One place it says a book, and the other place it says the books.
One book of
Then again, if you see the one below it, it's wama amilathu, and the other one says wama amilat. There's an extra ha, which the meaning slightly changes, that their hands sent forth and the hands sent forth. Basically, the bad and good deeds it's talking about here.
So what do Muslims say? They say that all of these variants, all of these meanings are correct.
Yes, they say that the meanings change slightly, not too much. They don't take away the central message of the Quran, or there's no variant that really creates a lot of implications. But there are issues in some of the variants where there's one part in Surah Baqarah, I believe, in the Hafs Quran.
Dang, that is crazy. Because what if? Okay, so it says a poor person, right? I can deal with that. I can go get McDonald's burger right now. Hook that brother up. But if it's many poor, how many burgers I got to get? What's the number to the many poor? What's going on? If I got a 4 for 4 and I can go out and give it to 4 people, but they want it 5, bruh, I'm stuck. But again, now if I got the 4 for 4 and I see, a per person, I can go get that one person one of the things, and I still got 3 to go. You feel me? So that way it's win-win everywhere. But if I don't know, I don't know. I'm done.
And it says ta'ami miskin, and the Warsh Quran it says ta'ami masakin. That one place it says feed one poor after breaking your fast, and the other verse it says feed many poor people. So here you have a fiqh problem too. Because one verse can complicate and say, okay, you got to feed many people as a compensation for suppose missing a fast. But the other one says you have to feed only one poor person.
One of them.
There's another variant in Surah Ma'idah, the ayah of the wudu ayah, and this was recorded by Imam Abu Hanifa, I believe. And the reading he said changed the way the ending of the wudu is done. And that's why you see Shias, they don't wash their feet with water. They just rub a wet hand on their feet.
All right, this one I ain't gonna make too big of a deal about just because you know, I get the understanding that Shias don't believe in what, you know, Sunnis believe and Sunnis don't believe in what Shias believe. So I kind of get this one where it's like, man, who really cares? All right, cool, whatever.
So these variations can affect and can complicate some jurisprudence issues as well.
In conclusion, the Quran is not preserved.
Oh, man. So that was the homie. By the fact, go follow him. I follow him because, hey, anybody who comes to the faith, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's why I like an ex-Muslim who comes to the faith. Salute to that brother, man. But, man, what's going on? I know y'all going to kill me in the comments. I know y'all going to say that was lying, he was lying, all this stuff, but y'all never bring the proofs. All I'm asking is they brought the evidence, they brought the proof. I could see what it is that they talking about. Can y'all do the same? I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to spread the truth, man. That's all I'm trying to do. So just let me know. Let me know in the comments, man. That's all I ask for. So I'm just throwing that out there, man. Y'all ain't got to be like that. Y'all ain't got to be like everybody's lying, right? Everybody can't be lying, man. Somebody got to be telling the truth when it comes to these Arabic words, man. Somebody, some ex-Muslim who is, whether it be Christian Prince or Al-Fadid or whoever it may be, that's saying how to pronounce Arabic words, they got to be true somehow. Hatun Tash, who spent 2 years trying to figure this out, talking to different Arabic speakers to figure out really what was going on, they was lying too. Everybody lying now? Everybody but y'all lying, huh? The book that's supposed to explain everything, but didn't explain none of that they said. The book that's supposed to explain everything, but yet got all these different types of hadiths going on, huh? What's going on? But that's not the liar, though. That's not the liar. The prophet that got chokeslammed in the cave, he ain't the liar, huh? Stone Cold Steve Austin glass just broke, and he had a backstage brawl in the cave, huh? He ain't the liar. Man, but with that being said, this has been your boy, the Scripture Plug, Albert. I'll catch y'all next time I'm out.